Hi, it's Mark from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here with Bernie Pollock of Pollock Automotive in Vancouver. 16-time winners of Best Auto Repair in Vancouver, as voted by their customers. How are you doing, Bernie?
I'm doing very well today.
So we're going to talk about Mini Coopers. The 2008 had some sort of oil and coolant leaks. What was going on there?
Well, a couple of things. The vehicle was brought to us for a 100,000 kilometer service, and the owner had some concerns about the that there was some fluid engine oil leaks that he'd had looked at the dealer and had a very large quote for repairs. So that's what was happening with the vehicle. So we had a look at it, and we did find so a couple of engine oil leaks and also a coolant leak.
So what was going on with the coolant leak? Where was that coming from?
Well, the coolant leak was coming from the thermostat housing, which is a fairly common issue on these vehicles. We've done quite a few of them recently. It's one of those plastic parts that I love to talk about. The thermostat housing is molded plastic. It incorporates the thermostat internally, and these things cause a lot of problems on every vehicle they seem to be put on eventually.
So another plastic part, you've talked about those before. Doesn't seem to make sense that they'd be using plastic in such a hot area.
Well, plastics are pretty amazing. Apparently, I've never seen them, but apparently they actually make pistons out of plastic, which is quite incredible when you think, how much heat is generated in that area. But they've never caught on. Obviously, they're very either experimental or for racing or something. But plastic is, I think there's a desire to use plastic because it's A, cheap, and B, you can mold it into any shape you want. So you can create some pretty amazing pieces like this, and I don't have a photo to show you here, but it'll be on when we do this on our blog page. There'll be a photo of this thermostat housing. I mean, it's quite an amazing, intricate piece. It has coolant pipes going all over the place, which is something you could really only mold economically with plastic. So there's a reason they use it. I mean, it does last a while, but eventually it fails. And sometimes I really question why they use it, especially in things like water pumps, where the where like the water pump impeller, they will use plastic, and they break over time. They get brittle and break and fail. And how much weight are you saving? I mean, ounces? It really doesn't make sense to me.
So what about the oil? Where was that leaking from?
The oil was leaking from a few spots. This is a turbocharged engine. So there's an oil supply pipe to the turbocharger, and that was leaking. Also, there's a big oil filter housing at the front of the engine, kind of wraps around under the exhaust manifold. It has a number of gaskets and seals. That was leaking as well from several spots. So those were the main oil leaks. There was also a minor oil leak from the valve cover gasket, which the owner chose to leave at this point in time.
So pretty complex and expensive repair?
It was, yeah. There's a lot of work involved. The turbocharger, the exhaust manifold has to come off, and then we can, and actually the front bumper needs to be moved forward to gain access because everything's packed into that engine compartment pretty tight. So there's a lot of labor involved to remove it all and replace the pieces. In this case, the actual oil filter housing sometimes needs to be replaced. And in this case, the housing was a bit warped, but the owner chose not to replace it. It adds a lot of cost to the repair. So it probably would have been best to do it, but I think replacing the seals will work, though the repair may not last as many years as it should.
Any further thoughts on Minis?
Awesome little cars. I mean, I'd say they're not the most reliable cars around. If you're looking for reliability, a Mini is probably not the car to buy. But if you're looking for a nice, fun European, zippy, sporty car, it's got a bit of class to it, I think it's a great car to buy. Just be prepared. You will spend more money than you would on a Toyota or equivalent Japanese product, although there probably isn't an equivalent, but similar.
So if you're looking for repairs on your Mini, these are the guys to go see in Vancouver. Pollock Automotive. Give Bernie a call. You can book your appointment. They're busy. 604-327-7112, or go to their website, pollockautomotive.com. Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks, Mark.